Very good morning. Welcome to Chartbusters. We've started off in the green. Positive news coming over the weekend in terms of conversation between President Trump and Chinese Premier Xi Jinping. So great news for Asian markets, all of them flying away. We have come off actually from the top of the day, still holding with a gain of around 40 points odd. But otherwise, Manglam, the Asian markets are looking very, very good and very, very strong. We have got a lot of cues this week. It's going to be a very, very important week. We'll have to keep an eye out in terms of the exit polls at the end of this week. That comes post-Friday. And also in terms of other cues, the RBI policy meet, what's the outcome of there, what's the commentary more importantly, and also the OPEC meet. Crude oil prices are up closer around 5% approximately. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that front. We have had a good run in terms of our own markets. Crude oil prices cooling from around $85 per barrel to around $60 per barrel. But now, in fact, a bit of an uptick. And just one observation on the Nifty futures. I remember you telling us just a couple of trading sessions ago or on Friday morning that we're starting off the series in terms of the Nifty future premium was around 30. Now, that's gradually come in low. I think we should get that plate up for you. That's come down, in fact, to around, the 20-odd mark. So that's something else that we should be looking at.
Absolutely, Nigel. We were talking about how the markets are panning out right now. The Asian market's up 3% and we're up just about 0.4%. So definitely, while we are in the green, we are underperforming the other markets which have taken to heart what has taken place between Trump as well as Xi Jinping. For our markets, though, a couple of points really stand out. CV says they're not doing too well. So Ashok Leyland, that one's at the low point of the day. And while we're holding up in the green with a tune of about 40 points, another stock which is on my radar right now is Reliance at the low point of the day as we speak, and that is the heaviest weight on the index. So let's see whether that one goes higher from here or not. It's dragging the index lower. And thirdly, most importantly, Shankara Buildpro. That stock is down about 13% from its Friday high. When the conference call was underway, the management said that they're revising their guidance lower for the retail business margins from about 10.5% to just 5 to 6%. So that would lead to much sharper EPS cuts. The street does not like this one bit. The stock, which was any which way lower by about 70% from its record high, now lower by about 75%. But all that and more packed in the next half an hour. First up, all the top stories that we're tracking this morning. Sentiment turns positive for metal stocks after the US and China agree to a truce in trade conflict. US will not impose additional tariffs for the next 90 days while talks continue.
And Sun Pharma cracks. Reports suggest that market regulator SEBI is likely to reopen an insider trading case against the company. A whistleblower has alleged lapses by the promoters and other entities in raising funds overseas.
Crude oil prices are higher ahead of as the OPEC meet is underway. And on the back of that, we're seeing some sell-off coming by in the oil marketing companies.
And weak auto sales in November with a big slowdown in commercial vehicles. Two-wheeler companies struggle to show any kind of growth in November. Bajaj Auto Management tells CNBC TV team that they expect 8 to around 10% industry growth in the Jan to March period. Escort says that they'll be able to achieve the 12 to 14% growth in FY19.
Shankara Buildpro sulks in trade. In the conference call, the management says FY19 retail business EBITDA margins to be between 6 to 8%, which is a 400 to 500 basis points contraction in retail EBITDA margins.
I think we should just keep an eye out on that, economic data that's flashing for you on the screen. The India Nikkei November manufacturing PMI has come in at around 54. That compares with the reading of around 53.1 in the previous month. Now, the new orders is at its highest level we have seen since December 2017. So some fears in terms of, a slowdown that we're seeing in the economy. If you're looking at the auto sales numbers, if you're looking at the GDP numbers as well. Good to see some kind of positive data point coming through as well. So that should be, taken positively. Keep an eye out on that one as well. Yeah, Mangla.
Absolutely. That's a positive data point that's coming in, and especially in light of the weak November auto sales, like you alluded to. But talking about some positives, we're moving higher for the markets as we speak. Just about 50 points on the Nifty, a quick 10-point uptake that has come by. So let's get in a technical perspective from Ashwini. Ashwini, you went long at around 10 o'clock. Would you still carry those positions, and what would your targets be?
Market is in a very strong uptrend, so any sort of pullback should be bought. And one interesting thing is that now the mid caps need to move. I mean, this entire rally will not be complete if the mid caps don't move up. So that way, given good global mood, etc., we may not outperform, but at least we'll close at the highs of the day. And several mid cap stocks are doing very well. So first of all, don't buy right now, but every day from here till the election results, each time you get a profit booking towards key supports, you should be buying into this market. Do not go short. Having said that, Motherson is a buy with a stop of 160, target of 172. Edelweiss is a buy with a stop of 172, target of 184. And Yes Bank, after Friday's rally, tried to dip again, but again found buying. So now slowly, it's getting healed from that decline. So this is a buy with a stop of 165, target of 178.
Right, Ashwini, any disclosures?
Our clients have long positions on Bank Nifty.
All right, thanks a lot for joining in. We will keep coming back to you through the course of the day. With that, we have the NCLT that is set to hear the ILNFS case at noon today. Yash Jain, who will be tracking that story very closely, joins us now in the studio to tell us what to expect at noon.
Well, Mangalam, as you rightly pointed out, the all-important ILNFS case will be heard by the NCLT today. And to quickly take you through some of the most crucial things that one can expect out of today's hearing, the first and the most important part is that the Ministry of Corporate Affairs Council will be pressing charges of mismanagement as well as irregularity, as well as far as the erstwhile management of ILNFS and various group companies are concerned. Now, also do remember that there is a possibility that they might also share parts out of the SFIO investigation, which has been taking place in the various ILNFS group companies. So that will be important. The second part would be that the government, which is the MCA, will move towards attaching and making all the 347 subsidiaries of ILNFS a party to the main petition at NCLT. Now, why is this being done? If you remember, the appellate tribunal, which is NCLT, had granted a stay till further order, preventing any sort of litigation or any sort of case from any financial or operational creditor against ILNFS and the various group companies. So yes, to get that particular stay in NCLT also, the judicial body had demanded that you make all the subsidiaries a party to the main petition here. So that will be done. And in the same development, if you remember, L&T as well as IndusInd Bank have moved against ILNFS and the various group companies. So yes, that case will also become ineffective. That stay is granted in NCLT as well. The last point, but of course, one of the most important points here, a clear update as far as the divestment process is concerned, that will also be shared with the court. Do remember that they have also already expressed intention to divest stake as far as the renewable space is concerned, solar as well as wind, as well as two other companies which are ILNFS Security Services and ISSL, which is Settlement and Transaction Services.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much for that, Yash. Well, on that note, let's slip into a short break. You come back, we'll get chatting with our first management. Kajaria Ceramics is on our radar.